Hey Jasmine, long time no talk. I need to talk to you right now. Do you have a minute? Sorry, I'm busy now. Can we talk when I get home? No, I have something to tell you right now. Then don't start off by asking me if I have a minute. What is it? Don't be surprised, okay? I might change your life. What? You're going to change my life? What do you mean? It's just not your life. I might change the future of her dad's company too. The future of the company? What? You're not involved in running the company at all. I appreciate your concern for the company's future, but I'm more worried about your future. You should work and earn your own money, you know? No way. I absolutely hate working. Besides, I don't need to work at all. Huh? What do you mean? I'm getting married soon. My husband-to-be makes a lot of money, so I'm going to be a housewife. What? Do you have a boyfriend? Yeah, of course. I'm not like you who devoted so much to your career and neglected self-care. Well, I admit I'm a workaholic, but what do you mean by neglected self-care? You know I have a boyfriend too, right? I know, but being such a workaholic, you might get dumped by him anytime, you know? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant he already dumped you, right? What? No. What are you trying to say? Out of nowhere, you started talking about company and my boyfriend. I really don't get it. Because, you see, instead of me being able to get married, my sister can't get married anymore. What? What are you talking about? In other words, Logan and I are getting married. I just wanted to tell you that. What? Logan? You mean my fiancé? Who else it could be? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Are you saying that you stole my fiancé? That's right. He's mine now. Actually, we're still together in a hotel right now. What? Right now? Yeah. We've been in a relationship since right after you got engaged to him. It's been about 4 months now, but you never noticed. You are so dull. It's so funny. What? That's how it is, so you better cancel the wedding scheduled in 2 weeks. Logan and I will make a new plan for a wedding that suits us better. If you don't cancel soon, I think you have to pay a cancellation fee. Fine, but first I need to talk to Logan and confirm everything. If this is true, things are not going to end well for you. Remember that. Whatever, you're such a loser, you know. Women who get dumped are so miserable. I will be happy together with Logan, so please move on and leave us alone. Hi, Jasmine. I heard you interrogated Logan as soon as he came home from work. He said you look so scary. Whatever. I look so scary, huh? Well, it's Logan's fault. I mean, probably he was scared because he felt guilty. What? Guilty about what? What is there to feel guilty about? We go to a hotel without hesitation because we love each other. And we openly let you know about our relationship, right? So it's all your misunderstanding. Oh, really? You sound so proud about it. Well, you'll regret it soon. What? You'll understand eventually. Logan and I are talking about breaking off the engagement, so do as you please from now on. What? Really? Yay! I didn't know you were a very understanding person. Well, now I can marry him. Just so you know, I'll seek compensation. What? Of course. I'm not just talking about Logan. I will seek compensation from you too. What? Even me? Did you think you could get away with it just because I'm your sister? The world doesn't work that way. You're kidding, right? I'll make it clear now. Even if you try to rely on mom and dad, it's pointless. They're very angry at you for what you did. They made it very clear that they're not going to help you. It seems they regret spoiling you all this time. They think it's their fault that you turned out like this. They were quite shocked. You should be ashamed of yourself. Also, they intend to make you leave home. What? Why? Mom and dad are on my side, aren't they? Of course not. Just so you know, just because you don't have money doesn't mean I go easy on you. You did something very wrong, so you should pay for your sins. You're still young. You can work as much as you want. You should get a job, pay for your own compensation, and atone for your sins. What? I don't have to work. Then how will you pay the compensation? I'll ask you to compensate me a reasonable amount for what you did. Jasmine, I'm scared. See? I managed to pay the damages without working. Too bad. You thought things would go as you wanted, but you were completely wrong. I heard that you made Logan pay all the compensation. And it looks like you moved into his apartment. Oh, you already knew? You still can't get over him that you care about us so much? But sorry, there's no room for you. Because Logan and I are deeply in love. We've started living together. Geez, this is proof that you don't understand your own position. What? Are you saying something? Stop it. You sound so miserable. Honestly, I can't believe this. How selfish can you be? Boasting without knowing anything? How pitiful. What do you mean? You still don't realize you're hitting rock bottom. Are you talking about yourself? You're already 30 years old and you lost your fiancé to me. Oh no, how pitiful. Whatever, I will not tell you anything. Tell me what? From the way you sound, I can guess that you are misunderstanding. But if you ask Logan properly, you'll find out. Don't always try to rely on others. Do something by yourself. Here we go again, a loser trying to act so tough. The point is, you're so bitter that I took Logan away from you, aren't you? Everything you say doesn't make any sense. Too bad you can't marry the future company president. I'll become the president's wife instead of you. So, that was your aim, huh? That's right. I've always wanted to be the president's wife. What's fun about just working all the time? I definitely don't want to live my life like you. When I look at you, I get the feeling that if I work, I'll be a loser. Then the smartest thing you could do would be to become the wife of the next president of the company. I love my job and don't see myself as a loser. Besides, work is not about winning and losing. Anyway, you should have a talk with Logan. I'm sure you'll soon realize that you weren't thinking straight. All right. Say whatever you want, loser. Oh, by the way, we decided to have the wedding in 4 months. Make sure that you attend our wedding, okay? Did you listen to what I just said? Huh? About what? Jesus Christ. Today is finally here, and it's our wedding day. You refused to attend, but mom and dad agreed to come. After all, I'm sure my parents think I'm better than someone who is a workaholic, like you. Don't you think? Seriously? Mom and dad aren't exactly celebrating your marriage. They mentioned they're coming to keep an eye on you. Oh my goodness, are you still feeling bitter? Do you understand your position? Since I'm already confirmed to become the company president's wife, my position is higher than yours. Get it? I think you shouldn't act so high and mighty towards me. So, you haven't talked with Logan, huh? Logan and I understand each other even without words. If you say so. I gave you my advice, so do as you please. I'll do as I please without being told. It's too bad you can't see my beautiful wedding dress. Jasmine, help! What? The wedding is starting now, right? Actually, it's already past the reception time, but more than half of the wedding seats are empty. Everybody canceled last minute. That sucks. I'm sure no one would want to be at a cheater's wedding. I guess they weren't planning on going in the first place. No way. That's not all. When I complained to Dad that everybody is too rude to cancel the wedding of the soon-to-be president, he told me that Logan isn't the next president. What the hell is going on? Now you bring that up? What do you mean? Logan is supposed to inherit Dad's company, right? You didn't ask Logan directly? I told you that you should talk with him. I don't need to talk about it. There are only 2 daughters in our family, so either of us needs to marry or there won't be a future president. You know, I'm the next president. What? You? That's right. Isn't it too old-fashioned to think that a woman can't be president nowadays? It was already decided that I would be the next president. There was no talk of Logan's position changing just because I decided to marry him beforehand. We just had an office romance. What? So, what is Logan's position at the company? Just a regular employee. A regular employee? He used to be the head of the sales department, but I know you made him skip work and go on dates during work hours. Multiple employees witnessed it. And he ended up facing demotion and a salary reduction. What's wrong with going on a date with me? To put it simply, he got punished for skipping work to make out with you. What? Plus, he used the company card to go to a hotel. Actually, he's lucky that he didn't get fired. Well, depending on his actions from now on, it's uncertain what will happen. He could get fired? His salary has definitely decreased, and there's no hope for future promotions. You should know that it's your fault too. No way. You are right. Logan's savings account has a balance of $5. I can't believe it. He can't even buy me a new designer bag. It's not even enough money for lunch. Don't you get it yet? What do you mean? Logan paid his and your compensation. He invited you to his apartment after you were kicked out of parents' house, and you're an unemployed who thinks if you work, you are a loser. And yet, you're not a frugal person and you love to splurge. It's challenging enough to cover the living expenses of one person, let alone 2 people's expenses. You've been begging for clothes and bags, right? Well, yeah. I heard that the expenses are now over 5 times what it used to be. The source of income remains the same, relying solely on Logan. Also, due to demotion and salary reduction, the income has drastically decreased. And then there's the wedding. But it ended up almost half of the guests canceled. Since you started dating Logan for just half a year, you've probably made him spend at least $50,000. Wait, considering the wedding expenses, it might even be $100,000. I might have made him spend, but I always thought that he would be the next president. You'd think the next president would have that much money, you know? You misunderstood on your own, didn't you? And besides, Logan isn't the next president, but he had savings. I've heard before that Logan had savings of around $100,000, so he probably used up most of it. It's a shame to have spent all the money he worked so hard to save because of you. He's such an idiot.
No way. This is completely the opposite of what I dreamt of. I've already submitted the marriage registration. What should I do?
Don't you get it yet?
What?
You should work too.
What?
In a society where basically you need to work to survive, there's something wrong with your mindset. You said you wanted to be happy, right? Then why don't you work and support each other? After all, you two are married.
Ugh, why are you saying such things? You're so mean to me.
Not long after that, Logan resigned. After all, it must have been hard for him to stay at a company where his ex-fiancée was his sister-in-law and the next president of the company. He decided to return to his hometown with Camilla. I heard that he plans to work in a factory managed by relatives. Although it might be a dull and tough life for Camilla, who loves the city life, having been abandoned by her parents and never having worked, she has no choice but to rely on Logan. However, her mother-in-law, who knew all the drama, proposed 2 conditions. Living together and managing their finances together. Probably they won't have much money to spend freely anymore. Well, it's the countryside, so there might not be many places to spend it anyway. I hope that with the strict guidance of their mother-in-law, as an older sister, that's my wish from afar.
Hey, Sue. Can I ask you something? What is it, Rose? Are you taking out the garbage? The other day, when I went over there, you had the garbage piled up, didn't you? You left 2 bags on the balcony. It's really filthy. Yes, I threw them out already. The last time you came over, I had a headache the day before, so I was in bed. I couldn't take out the garbage, so I left it on the balcony. Leaving flammable trash on the balcony is unacceptable, even if you keep it outside. Don't lie in bed just because you have a headache. At least take out the garbage. You're not a child anymore. Sorry. I shudder to think of Ryan living in such an unsanitary place. Don't worry, I'm all better now. Besides, yes, I had a little peek into your bedroom. You did? You threw the laundry in there after washing them, didn't you? I saw it. You're so sloppy. I was horrified to think that Ryan is sleeping in there. It's the same reason. Since I was lying on my bed the day before, I just took it in and left it there for the time being. Ryan said I could rest until my headache gets better, so I took him up on his offer. Huh? What are you talking about? Sorry? You have to think like a normal person. How can it be okay to have a pile of laundry left in the bedroom? If he really said that, he was just trying to be nice. You're his wife, and you don't even realize that much? Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry? Don't say you're sorry. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to him. I'm sure his shirt is all crumpled up. I did apologize to him. I ironed it and got it all cleaned. You got it cleaned? We all wear clothes every day, don't we? You should take good care of them, especially the ones you used to go to work. When Ryan was home, I was very thorough. You must be sloppy. I don't think so. I just happened to have a bad headache and I had to lie down. You don't have to make an excuse. I'm sorry. Anyway, do your duty as a wife. Okay? Okay. Sue, you haven't arrived home yet? Sorry, it took a while to get in and out of the parking lot. I just arrived at the store. Huh? Are you still there? Why are you such a goof? Sorry. The brand new bag I ordered has finally arrived at the store. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Don't you think I should get it as soon as possible? No, it's not like that. I don't get to come into town very often, so it's hard for me to move smoothly. You're a useless wife, aren't you? I'm sorry. I just received the package and I'm on my way to you as soon as I can. I asked you to come because you have a car. This would have been faster if I'd gone myself. I guess you're right. I'm sorry I'm no help. If you have time to apologize, bring it to me quickly. You're not such a goofball at home, are you? What? Do you always make Ryan wait for you? No, I don't think so. I have all the chores done by the time he comes home, and I have the food ready to eat by then. He says he's happy to eat freshly prepared food. That is your job, isn't it? What? That's a wife's duty. I'm just asking if you're doing what's expected of you. You said you're making him happy. You're his wife. You're not a hostess, okay? I'm telling you to do your job as a wife. Okay. You're so vague. I think it's getting on my nerves. There's a part of me that can't trust you with Ryan. I'm sorry. That I'm sorry annoys me too. What? You think you can just apologize and everything will be okay? No, I'm apologizing because I think what you said is right. If that's what's upsetting you, I apologize. I'm sorry. Oh, you're saying it and it annoys me a lot. I'm sorry. You're sorry? Just deliver the bag as soon as possible. I shouldn't have asked you. Okay. I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Hello, Sue. I hope you've been well. Yes, Ryan and I are both doing well. How are you doing? Well, I've been thinking a lot. About what? You're really a useless wife, aren't you? Excuse me? You skip chores when you're sick, and when I ask you for a favor, you're slow. I don't think you're entitled to be Ryan's wife anymore. How could you? That may be true from your point of view, but I'm doing the best I can for Ryan, and he appreciates me. That's not good enough. What do you mean? He's a sweet young man, so I thought maybe he couldn't say anything to you. What? I don't think so. He's not the kind of person who would lie. What? Are you saying I'm lying? I didn't mean to. Then what is it? You can't even be a housewife. You're too amateur to talk to me like that. I'm sorry. I've been thinking a lot about you being like that. Okay. I decided to move in with you to make you more aware of your responsibilities as a wife. What? Live with who? Of course, with you guys. What? You can't just decide something like that. Does Ryan know about this? I haven't told him anything yet, but he never complains about anything I say. You're the only one who complains. I'm not complaining. You can't just decide what to do. Our house is small and we can't afford to have you. It doesn't matter, does it? What? We don't even have a room for you. Why don't you guys just vacate the bedroom? Can't you even do that? Wait a minute. Then where should we sleep? Why don't you put the futon in the living room? Oh my, why all of a sudden? I told you, didn't I? To teach you how to be a wife. I'll teach you well. But I can't decide on my own if we're going to live together. I'll discuss it with Ryan tonight and get back to you. Get back to me? No need to do that. What? Why? If I say we live together, we live together. You have no authority to give me an order. Since you're married, what I say is absolute. Wait a minute. Then what are you going to do with your house? Well, I'm going to sell it.
Selling? It's a very important house your husband left for you, isn't it? Then we can't just decide over text. We should discuss it with Ryan.
I've already talked to the real estate agent.
What? You can't just... Anyway, I'll talk to Ryan first. Please wait until then.
No way.
Excuse me?
The day I'm going to give up the house is coming.
What? When is it?
In a week. So, I'll move there in a week. So you better make a room for me by then.
I can't do that on such short notice. I can't say yes this time.
Well, you don't have a choice. It's a 100% decision to move in together. All you have to do is shut up and do as I say.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I'll be there in a week. Make sure you clean up the house properly. Got it?
I don't know what to say. I'll talk to Ryan.
You're really stubborn. Hey, I just arrived at your house. Why is it locked? I thought I told you that I'm moving in today. What are you thinking? Sue, what are you doing? How long are you going to keep me waiting at the door?
Excuse me? Who said you could move in? I never said you could move in with us. You're just making your own decisions and acting on your own. Neither I nor Ryan agreed to it.
What? What's with that tone? I've already sold my house and sent my belongings here.
I don't know anything about that.
How dare you talk to me like that?
Now I'm really angry. I'm angry at you for making all these decisions, wasting people's time, and being so self-centered.
What?
If you think I'm going to be quiet and do what you say, you're mistaken.
What?
What is this about educating me as a wife? I don't need you to educate me. I can be a good wife to Ryan. My mother taught me a lot to be a good wife.
But that's why I came here, isn't it?
Who asked you to teach me to be a good wife? Who said you could live here with us? You're doing all this on your own.
Well, Sue...
Up until now, I've done everything according to you, trying not to cause any troubles. But I've reached the end of my patience. Why should I have to live with you? And for an extremely unreasonable reason. I haven't been this angry in a long time.
What?
I may look like this, but I have a limit. I wanted to have a good relationship with you. I've been trying to keep my true feelings to myself, but I've reached my limit. I can't forgive your selfishness.
Sue, what are you saying?
Ryan has been tormented by your self-centeredness for a long time. You won't listen to anything he has to say. He said that if he didn't do as you said, you would get very angry with him. He wanted to leave home as soon as possible.
He said that?
When he got married to me and left your house, he said he was really happy. Don't you feel anything for making him feel that way? We are really fed up with you.
Well, what do you mean?
Ryan and I talked it over and moved out.
You did? You moved out?
Yes, that's why the house is vacant now.
Wait a minute. I sold my house to move in with you.
I don't care. It's none of our business. You decided and did it on your own, didn't you? It has nothing to do with us. How on earth could you do such an important thing without a single word of consultation?
That's...
Ryan checked out everything.
What?
It seems you have been spending a lot of money for a long time. I thought it was strange that you could afford expensive bags when you're supposed to be living on a pension.
That's not it. A friend recommended to me and I couldn't say no.
Don't blame mothers.
Well,
There's more than one brand bag, isn't there? I saw several in your closet. It was strange, but I thought it was none of my business. But I heard that you have not gotten rid of your spending habits, and now you are even in debt.
how did you know?
I told you that Ryan looked into it. When he heard that you sold the house, he realized that you couldn't pay your debts, so you sold the house, and he was right.
You found out? Well, that's what happened. I couldn't make living just by pension alone. I've been paying them back from my savings, but I'm running out of money.
No doubt. You sold the house to pay off the debt. You were going to sell the house, pay off the debt, and move in with us, and live without a rent, weren't you?
That's not true.
Yes, it was. That was your plan. Otherwise, there would be no merit in selling the house and moving into that small house. You were trying to take advantage of us to live without spending any money, weren't you? You're unbelievable.
You don't have to say it like that.
You have said many things to me up until now.
I'm sorry.
We don't want to be taken advantage by you. We decided to move out in a hurry.
Moving?
It was Ryan's idea.
Really?
Yes. He said he's had enough of being pushed around by you. That's how trapped he has been for a long time.
He said that?
How does it feel to be abandoned by your own son?
It's sad. Very sad.
He has suffered through many times more sadness than that. Because of the way you kept bossing him around. He didn't know what you might do to him if he went against. He had no choice but to live his life according to your orders.
Ryan, I apologize.
I think it's too late.
Why?
Because we've already moved.
Tell me where it is. I'll have my stuff moved there.
What are you talking about?
What?
Ryan says he doesn't want to live with you pushing him around.
Yes, I know. So I'm going to apologize for what I've done, and I'm going to fix it.
Ryan and I have no intention of living with you.
What?
We have no intention of telling you where we live either.
So that means, what am I supposed to do?
We don't care. I told you to wait while I talked it over with Ryan. And yet, you went ahead with things on your own and barged into the house. Why don't you just continue to live like that, but on your own?
What are you saying? I sold my house, remember? I have nowhere to live.
That's also the result of your selfishness, so it can't be helped, can it? Please find a place to live by yourself.
Wait, I don't even have any money. The money from the sale of my house went to pay off my debts. I'm broke.
I'm so stunned. You were going to move in with us while you were penniless?
Because I have no choice. I'm in more debt than ever.
That's your own fault, isn't it? We had nothing to do with it. And yet you treated me like I was a useless wife and forced me to live with you. And you thought you could live with us for free?
That's...
You're disgraceful. Ryan feels the same way. We talked about it. From now on, we are going to break off the relationship with you.
Break off the relationship? I have only my son since my husband passed away, you know. If my son gives up on me, I'll be alone.
But that's what he wants. He's been through so much that he wants to break up with you. It's your own fault that things turned out this way without a doubt. How you will live your life from now on is totally up to you. We won't get involved anymore.
Don't say that. I'll apologize as much as I can. I'm sorry and I'll fix what's wrong, so please move in with me.
No. I've already decided with Ryan. If you had realized it earlier, none of this would have happened. It's all too late now.
Sue, you're Ryan's wife. Could you convince him? Please?
Don't be so naive.
What?
I told you we discussed it and decided, so my feelings are the same as his. Who would live together with someone like you? Don't be ridiculous.
Sue, have you changed?
This is my original self. While I was with kind and gentle Ryan, I became more cheerful. I haven't snapped like this in a long time because I really thought I couldn't forgive you.
Did you really hate living together so much?
It wasn't just about living together, but about the fact that you were making him suffer so much. What does it tell you that your own son wants to break off the relationship with you? I can't forgive you for making Ryan feel this way.
Oh, well...
Anyway, we've already moved out. Please leave there. If you wait there, we're not coming back.
I have nowhere else to go.
You'll have to find your own place. Ask your relatives. Find a motel. Ask your friends. There are so many ways.
No!
And you have to live on your own from now on. I think you should find a job as soon as possible.
A job? At my age, do I have to work?
Because you are penniless, aren't you? How are you going to live? No one will help you, okay?
Are you really not going to help me? Are you going to abandon me?
I'm sorry, but as it stands, that's what I plan to do. So please find a job so that you can be independent. Then, we will never see each other again. I hope you'll do your best to live your life.
Sue, wait for me. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I'll make sure I'm sorry, so please move in with me.
Don't be naive. After that, Rose called Ryan several times, but he ignored them all. I guess he didn't want to talk to her anymore. I felt better because I had told her what I had been holding in my heart for a long time. If only I had revealed my true nature to her earlier. I wonder if this would not have happened. But what has happened has happened. She asked her relatives to send her stuff back there, and she did so in tears. When I told them how it happened, they were appalled. For the time being, they are letting her stay at their home. I heard that she has been forced to work part-time to save up money and get out of the house as soon as possible. Well, maybe it's good for her that she doesn't have time to waste money. Ryan and I have gotten used to living in a new house, and we are having a gentle and peaceful time together.
Marie, I need money again. As I mentioned the other day, I have a lot of expenses this month.
I just gave you $200 the other day, right? Is it gone already?
Yes, of course such a small amount runs out quickly. You really are a stingy daughter-in-law. You think you don't have to give me money because I'm old.
No, that's not true. We have a tight budget too. Could you be a little more patient?
You think I'm old and make fun of me.
No, I'm not making fun of you.
Could I be more patient? Is that something a daughter-in-law should say? Don't be silly. I'm in trouble, and you're not doing your duty as a daughter-in-law. You are truly heartless.
It pains me to say this, but we are doing the best we can. We have to pay for our child's education. And if we have to spend any more money on you, our family budget will be strained.
Huh? Are you saying it's my fault? What are you talking about? You're my daughter-in-law. You're supposed to put me first. I don't care about your child's education.
That's out of the question. Besides, realistically, I can't do this anymore. I'll talk to my husband about it, but I can't take this any further.
Oh, enough. I knew you couldn't fulfill your duties as a daughter-in-law. You won't give me money, and you won't do what I say. You really are useless.
Even if you say that.
You can't even do a good job with the housework, and you're a terrible cook. I'm sure my son is not happy at all.
I'm trying my best in my own way. I do my best in housework and cooking every day.
Your hard work is useless. It's not enough at all. I pity my son and my grandson.
My son and husband are happy to eat my cooking. If your family is happy, that's all that matters.
You were so self-satisfied. Nobody wants to live such a poor life.
But I was taught to live modestly, so...
It's really embarrassing to be so poor despite being the daughter of a doctor. You should be more devoted to me and improve your life.
Anyway, we're at our limit too. Please don't ask us to do more than we can.
Oh, enough. I was wrong to expect so much from you.
Oh no. Please take a look at your own lifestyle as well.
You really are inflexible.
Happy birthday. I can't believe it's your 60th birthday. That's something that touches my heart. I hope you continue to live a long and healthy life.
It's rather hypocritical, isn't it? Actually, you don't think like that at all, do you? How could you think like that?
What are you talking about? That's not true. I sincerely wish you good health.
Really?
Of course I do.
I see. That's good. Then please prepare $10,000 as a gift for my 60th birthday.
What?
Do you have something to complain about? You're the eldest son's wife, so it's only to be expected.
Regardless of being the eldest son's wife, we cannot afford to give $10,000 as a birthday present. Let me tell you something. We haven't received any wedding gifts or baby gifts at all.
Oh, is that so? So what?
What?
Are you forgetting or just misunderstanding?
No, it's true.
But you're right. I guess I didn't give any gifts because there's no value in celebrating a failure of a daughter-in-law and grandchild.
I don't mind what you say about me, but please don't speak ill of my son.
Well, it's true. He doesn't smile at all. He's just a sad little boy and he isn't cute.
That's my son's personality.
I know that. Isn't that called a developmental disorder?
Even if that's the case, I still love my son.
Honestly, if my son had married a different woman, we wouldn't have ended up with such a useless grandchild. My son drew the short straw, didn't he?
What are you trying to say?
I heard your father's a doctor, so I thought I would have a talented grandson. What a disappointment.
I don't think we caused any trouble for you.
Of course not. I don't want my eldest son's family to bother me.
My husband told me you also have received an inheritance from your late husband, didn't you? Why do you want money so badly?
You don't have to ask me that. My inheritance from my husband has already been used up.
Huh? I heard he left you quite a bit of money.
Shut up! You're an insane daughter-in-law to ask about your mother-in-law's savings.
I was just asking a genuine question.
You're too poor to begin with for the daughter of a doctor, aren't you? Your clothes and lifestyle are so frugal, it's embarrassing.
We didn't always have so much money. We were taught to live modestly.
What's with the modesty? There's no way that someone who lived in such a luxurious mansion in a prime location in New York would end up like this.
My father was a doctor, but we were not a wealthy family.
Of course he was wealthy if he's a doctor. Don't lie to me just because you don't want to send me money or congratulate me.
I'm not lying, I'm telling the truth.
I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, I can't do without your money. You're the wife of the eldest son. You should at least cooperate a little.
But as I told you before, we're also struggling to make ends meet. We have to ask you to be a little patient. We have childcare expenses, and we can't give you $10,000 in congratulatory money.
It's no use trying to educate a failure like you.
How terrible.
You won't give me money, and you won't listen to your mother-in-law. You can't even do housework, and you're a terrible cook. How useless are you?
That's terrible. Don't say such a thing.
All your hard work is in vain. It's not enough at all. I really feel sorry for my son.
My son and my husband are happy. We're doing fine.
You're so self-satisfied. No one wants to live in such poverty. Anyway, make sure you get me $10,000 for my birthday. It's my 60th birthday. I have to celebrate it properly. Hey, hold on. I'll take that luxurious mansion in a prime location in New York off your hands.
What?
I have the right to live there too. I'm going to have a glamorous retirement. It's perfect for me.
I don't understand. What are you saying?
Don't play dumb with me. You inherited that mansion from your late father, didn't you? It doesn't matter. You have an apartment, don't you? And you've received plenty of assets. And you live modestly, right? You don't need a mansion in a prime location in New York, do you?
As I said before, my father had very little money. That's why we live modestly, right?
That can't be true. Your car is average. Your clothes are average too. Your father was a doctor who didn't seem to live extravagantly, so he must have had a lot of money saved. What a greedy family. That's disgusting.
Please don't talk like that. It will make my father sad.
Because it's true, isn't it? Well, it's none of my business what happened to your dead father.
Believe me.
Don't lie to me just because you don't want to give me the house. How much do you hate me? You were and still are a disgusting daughter-in-law. I know your father leased the land to you. How long do you intend to keep playing innocent?
But we don't have any money.
Anyway, give me this mansion as my 60th birthday present. Then we'll forget about the $10,000.
Don't you already have a fine house?
Well, of course, a luxurious mansion in a prime New York location is better. Can't you even understand that?
Why do you keep saying such outrageous things? Please don't decide on your own.
I can't change the move now. I've already sold this house and said goodbye to the neighbors too. There's no way I can stay in this house anymore.
Huh? What did you do? Without even consulting my husband? He will be so upset.
It's none of your business. You can't even fulfill your duties as a daughter-in-law.
I can't give you the mansion.
You have no right to veto. I'm moving in 3 days. Clean up the house and get it in order.
Wait a minute. Don't do that. Don't do anything selfish.
Hey, I've brought my stuff. Unlock the house. I can't open the gate. I gave you advance notice. What were you thinking?
Could it be?
Yes, I'm in front of the mansion in New York that you inherited.
You really moved?
Of course I did. I gave you plenty of notice. Please, open the door quickly. We're having trouble getting the moving trucks onto the property.
I told you it's impossible.
Just hurry up.
Please leave the place right now.
Huh? What are you talking so cheeky about?
I can't unlock that house without permission anymore.
What are you saying? I don't get it. If you keep talking like that, I'm going to break down the gate and enter the property without your permission.
Are you saying that you really want to occupy that house?
Yes, I have the right to live in this house.
No, you don't have that right. And that house is not mine.
Huh? Are you still saying that? Are you still refusing to give it to me? What kind of a nasty person are you?
That's my line. That house already belongs to the tax office.
Huh?
I renounced all my father's property.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
My father had very little money left, and it would have been very difficult to inherit the house and the land.
What? He even rented out the land to make money, didn't he? He lived a modest life because he was saving so much money, didn't he?
It is true that my father earned money by being a doctor and by renting out the land, but most of his assets were used to pay for the management of the land and the house he owned. But most of his assets were gone in maintenance fees for the land and the house.
What? You're lying.
My father has been protecting the land out of a sense of duty because it was left to him by his ancestors. He didn't want his children to have to bear this burden. He told me before he passed away that he wanted this to end with my generation.
So the house really doesn't belong to you?
Yes, I finally got rid of it after all the formalities.
Huh? Then what about me? I've already moved out.
I don't care what you say. I told you never to go, remember? You're the one who ignored me and went through the moving procedures.
I gave up my house.
What? You really sold it? I thought you were bluffing.
It's true. I sold the $400,000 house for $300,000.
Why did you go to such lengths to move? It was a fine house your husband built.
Because of debt.
Debt? What on earth does that mean?
One day, my friend invited me out for a drink and took me to an escort club. Since then, I've been hooked.
What? Escort club?
At first, I decided to spend a certain amount of money. But there was this boy that I really liked. Every time I went out, I got more and more passionate about him, and I would do anything for him.
No kidding.
He's the top-ranking escort, and he's going to move to New York. He's a very promising boy. Of course he's handsome, but he's also kind and classy. He's not like the other guys.
That's what makes escorts good.
What? You haven't seen him. He's nothing like your son.
My son may not look good. He's been accepted to medical school, though.
Huh?
It's a state university, so it won't cost much and we're relieved too.
What are you talking about? There's no way that idiot can go to medical school.
There was a time when my son's communication skills were not as good as others, but he was always good at certain things, like studying. I had set aside some money for school expenses just in case. I'm proud of him because he got into a state university without spending all of his tuition money.
He did?
Yes. My late father used to say that he has the same personality as me.
Oh my God. How could a failure get into a state medical school?
So, thanks to my son, we saved up enough money to pay for college. We decided to buy a house in the suburbs.
What?
I've always felt suffocated living in the city. My son's college is also in the rural area, so we decided to take this opportunity to move there and build a house.
I didn't hear that. No way.
I didn't say anything. My son didn't really like the city either, so I thought it would be a good opportunity for us as a family.
Who's going to look after me in my old age?
You have a favorite escort, don't you? Wouldn't it be nice to dedicate your whole life to that person? I hope he will take care of you well.
Don't be silly. Are you kidding me? I'm so relieved to have my eldest son and his wife.
We don't want a mother who's crazy about escorts enough to sell her house.
Huh?
Also, my husband has a message for you. He's going to stop sending money to you from now on.
Why?
I've put up with it until now, but trying to move into the house I inherited without permission is just too much. I'm fed up with your extreme lack of common sense.
Wait a minute. What am I supposed to do if you stop sending money? I don't even have a place to live. I've come to New York.
Why don't you just go live with your favorite escort? Then you wouldn't have to pay rent, right? That's a great idea.
Don't be silly. He's the top-ranking escort. There's no way I can live with him.
I can't believe you are so crazy about escorts. So no matter how much money you gave him, it was never enough. I knew you were buying brand-name clothes and bags, but I had no idea that you were giving those to an escort.
I sold my house to pay my debts.
What? It's because you were living beyond your means.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. I just wanted to have a good life.
Having huge debts is far from having a pleasant life. I believe that living modestly brings much more happiness than anything else.
Hey, Marie, do something about it. You are my daughter-in-law, right?
I've been supporting you for a long time now, but I've reached my limit.
I don't have a place to live. From now on, I'll live modestly, as you say. So please, let me live with you in your new house.
Sorry, can't happen. We saved our money and finally got our wish to buy a house. I don't want you to ruin our happiness.
Don't say that. I'm not young anymore. I can't live on such a small pension.
Don't worry. If you live modestly and without extravagance, you can live a normal life.
That's impossible. I was going to live in a mansion in New York and devote myself to him. My dream of retirement.
If that's your idea, then earn your own money. Please don't rely on other people's money again.
It's not that I can't do it. It's that I'm asking you to help me. Please, don't give up on me. I'll do anything you say.
I refuse to do so. I will no longer be associated with you. I will block you immediately after this. Well then, goodbye.
What? Wait a minute. Marie, wait a minute.
My mother-in-law lost both her house and her money. Our remittances stopped, and she could not return from New York with the little money she had left. As a result, she moved to a small, dirty apartment on the outskirts of town. It seems she found a part-time job and is reluctantly working. She's having a hard time learning to work because of her age. Of course, she was abandoned by her escort because she ran out of money. She has lost her dreams and hopes and spends her days alone and lonely. Considering what she has been through, she deserved what she got. On the other hand, our family is living happily in our new home. Our son has successfully enrolled in medical school and has started his career as a future doctor. My husband and I are looking forward to his growth and future. We would like to continue to live a happy life as a family, even if it is a small one. I hope our family of 3 will continue to live modestly and happily together. Fred, I hope you won't get mad at me, but do you mind if I order takeout food for dinner tonight?
Oh, great. But why takeout?
Well, my stomach is really tight today. It was so tight that I called the hospital and asked them about it. They told me to rest and not move. And if it doesn't go away, I need to let them know. That's why I ended up with takeout meals. I'm sorry.
Oh no, not again.
What?
I shouldn't have told you that I want to have kids if you end up like this.
What do you mean?
Because you always use pregnancy as a reason. That you have to balance your diet, avoid crowds, and so on for the sake of the child. You don't want to go out because you don't want anything bad to happen. You're always slacking off on your housework too, aren't you?
That's a common thing for pregnant women. Isn't it the same in every family? It's not that I don't want to do my chores.
That's why.
What?
That's why I regret wanting to have a baby. Because I don't have any freedom at all. I'm sick and tired of having to live like this until the baby is born. I'm fed up already. I feel like I should go somewhere by myself and have fun wherever I want.
That's terrible. Did you really think that way? I thought you're happy for our child.
I wanted to think so, but
But you know what? I think you'll have a change in heart when you see the child's face. It's our child.
do you think so?
Yes, I do. People say most men don't really feel the excitement until the baby is born.
I hope so. Well, let's have takeout meals for dinner tonight. Let me at least pick something on the menu that I like.
I understand. Sorry for the inconvenience. Hey, I'm really sorry about this. I'm not feeling so well today. My stomach is killing me. I don't think I can make dinner. So, can we have takeout meals again? You can choose whatever you want to eat.
Okay, take out as usual. I wonder how long you'll be slacking off and doing your housework.
You don't have to talk like that. I don't like the way you said it.
You stopped doing anything because you got pregnant, didn't you?
That's...
The laundry's been piled up for days, not to forget the dishes too. I've seen you do it so many times, so I've done it myself.
Thanks for that. I do it in batches when I'm not feeling well, so...
See? You're so quick to blame it on pregnancy. I knew we shouldn't have kids.
Don't say that. I'm already in the last month of pregnancy. The child in my belly can hear you too, you know.
It's just the father's true feelings.
That's terrible.
I don't want dinner.
Why not?
I'm going out to eat with my coworkers who are free. I'm thinking of doing that from now on. It's more fun for me.
Geez, I'm about to give birth to the baby and I'm feeling anxious.
Because I don't have a choice. Even if I come home, you won't do anything for me. Of course I'd love to go home, but I'm tired too. I can't stand it if I have to help out with the housework all the time.
I'm sorry, I really am, but I'm not feeling well. It's almost time until I give birth, so can you just bear with me until then?
I told you I'm at my wit's end now and I'm just holding on. Fine, just leave me alone, I'll do as I please.
You can't just leave me alone. Don't do that to me, please.
Even if I go home, you're going to leave me alone anyway, so it's more fun to have a drink with my coworkers.
Oh, Fred.
Rosie, I'm going out for a drink again today.
Wait a minute. It's not good for your body or your wallet if you drink that much every day. Come home.
I don't want to hear your excuses anymore. You blame everything on your pregnancy.
I'm going to have the baby soon. I'm so anxious every day. That's why I need you to stay home after work. I don't know when the contractions will start.
If you ask me about my true opinion, I don't want to be a nervous wreck until after work.
Huh?
You keep saying your stomach is killing you. Also that you're sick, that you want to throw up. Not to mention that your feet are swollen. You're all talking about negative things at home. That's just gonna make me feel horrible too.
I'm sorry, but it's really hard to cope with the symptoms in the last month of pregnancy. I want you to understand that.
I got it. I'm going to go get a drink outside.
Why would you do that?
If it's hard for you, you might as well just lie back and relax on your own. You don't have to take care of me. You can rummage around without a care in the world. You're a pregnant woman in pain, and I'm giving you a piece of heaven. Be thankful to me.
It's not like that, Fred.
My coworker suddenly invited me out for a drink again today.
Not again. I want you to come home soon.
It seems my coworkers are looking out for me.
What?
There will be no dinner when I arrive home anyway. My coworker said that if my wife won't cook me dinner, They want me to join them eating out. So we're going out for drinks.
That's terrible. The people at the company don't know anything about pregnant women.
Don't say that. They're thinking about my welfare. They care about me more than you do.
I care about you too. It's our precious child, and you want the child to be born healthy. That's why no matter how hard I'm going through, I can do my best. I'm having a hard time too.
I see. Well, you can say whatever you want. So, can I invite my coworkers to our house now?
What do you mean?
You want me to go home, right? Then, you need to entertain my coworkers at our place.
Huh?
You're gonna have to cook, prepare the drinks, and entertain them.
I can't do it now. I haven't even gone shopping for groceries. I can't cook enough to entertain them.
See? That's why I said I'm going out for a drink. Why do you want me to come home? Don't be silly.
Please, listen to me, Fred. Hey, I want to ask you something.
Now?
Yeah, I thought the sooner the better.
What is it?
This picture, it's you, right? The woman who's with you is my elder sister, isn't she? Why are you and my sister together? Can you explain to me?
When was this picture taken?
I didn't take it. A friend of mine in the neighborhood took it, and she said that the person in the picture looked a lot like you. So she sent it to me. She said that you were smiling and kissing a lot, like you were lovers. Is it true?
Who's your friend? You've got terrible taste in making friends. Eavesdropping and taking pictures without permission.
Just tell me the truth, okay?
Well, as you can see...
Huh?
I don't find you attractive as a woman anymore.
Why did you say that?
I was having a drink and bumped into Sally. She listened to my story, and that's how we ended up. Sally is totally different from you.
What?
She's beautiful, stylish, has good taste, always sparkling.
You're right. She's beautiful and has always been popular, but...
And she cares about me more than anyone else, so I'm inclined to have feelings for her.
I can't believe you just said that.
She loves me with all her heart.
But I love you with all my heart too. That's why I'm going to give birth to your baby.
I married the wrong woman.
What do you mean?
Well, I think you know what I mean. I'm thinking of divorcing you, and I'm going to marry your elder sister.
What? Divorce? You're marrying my sister. We're going to have our baby soon, okay? You're going to be a father.
I told you, didn't I? I told you we shouldn't have kids. I don't care about the baby anymore.
Huh?
I don't like kids, but you insisted, so I tried to bear with you. Honestly speaking, I've had enough.
What are you talking about?
I couldn't tell you the truth since you're pregnant, and I didn't want to be rude. That's why I've been holding back for so long, but I've reached my limit. On the other hand, with Sally, there's nothing to hold back. She's an oasis in my heart.
This is too much to bear. I can't believe you've been sneaking around with her behind my back.
You too. You know, with a pregnant woman thing, you've been disrespecting me for 10 months. Isn't this a win-win situation?
What do you mean by that? I'm not playing any games. You are such a lousy scumbag husband. I didn't know you were that kind of person.
I was just too nice that I couldn't say no to you. You just got ahead of yourself.
Oh no.
I didn't expect the woman I'll get remarried to is your sister, though. I fell in love with her, so there's nothing I can do about it. Let's be happy for each other from now on.
Well, with this, We won't be able to have a happy family even if we have a baby. I understand.
I left the divorce papers on my bookshelf. You can submit them to the authorities whenever you like.
You've prepared that much?
Yeah, I've already moved the bare minimum of stuff out of the house, so I won't stay there anymore.
Is that why you took something like a travel bag with you every day?
That's right.
So you're not coming back to this house anymore?
Yes, indeed.
Why? Why are you doing this terrible thing to me?
Because I married the wrong woman, that's all. I'm waiting for your sister right now.
That person is not my sister.
I'll go on living together with her. Do your best in giving birth to a healthy baby.
Is that it? You're such a horrible person.
Long time no see. How are you? I have something I really need to talk to you about. Can we talk for a minute? You're reading my text, right? Say something, will you?
What do you want? How dare you contact me? I will never forgive you and my sister.
About that, I sincerely want to apologize to you. I treated you badly while you were pregnant. Having an affair with your own sister and divorcing you is out of the question. Also, I'm really sorry that I abandoned our child. I'm sorry.
After all this time, hearing those words doesn't resonate with me one bit. If you have nothing else, I'll end this conversation.
Wait a minute. Please, accept my apology. I'm sincerely sorry.
Your uncle told you, didn't he? He said he'd have you quit the company. But before that, he told you to apologize to me first.
Huh? How did you know?
Actually, I've been in contact with your uncle, the CEO of your company, for a long time.
What?
We went to the same general hospital I went to when I was pregnant. Then, we bumped into each other. We started talking as well as giving each other updates. I was going to tell you, but you were never home in time, so I couldn't.
I didn't know about that. I didn't realize you were so close to him.
I haven't seen him for a while after the baby was born. I ran into him the other day when I went for my baby's regular checkup. So I told him all about our divorce.
No way.
He knew we were divorced, but I guess he didn't know why. So I told him you had an affair with my sister and left me. Your uncle was furious. He didn't dare to ask me about the reason because he thought it's a private matter. But once he found out the truth, he was so upset and said that you're such a scumbag.
He said that? The other day he told me something like I should leave the company.
You will lose everything.
Huh?
Your uncle was going to bring you up as a future board member because you're his family. But he said that he's completely disappointed after hearing about what you've done to me. He said you're no longer wanted in his company.
That's not good. Could you tell my uncle that he misunderstood me?
Misunderstood what?
You're close to each other, right? Tell him that I'm a good worker and that he should take good care of me from now on. I'll be his right-hand man, and I'm sure about that. He'll regret it if he let me leave the company.
Huh? Don't make me laugh. You're kidding, right? I can't talk about such a nonsense to your uncle. You really are a scumbag. Why should I do that for you, who abandoned me and my child in the last month of pregnancy? I'm not stupid.
Don't say that. I really regret for what happened to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'll apologize as much as you want.
I don't care if you're sorry now.
I don't want to leave the company, please. I'm really sorry for everything I've done.
You say that so often. I cut off ties with my sister because of you. I'm a single mother, and my child doesn't even know the father's face. Do you think an apology is enough to make me forgive you? Don't be ridiculous.
Oh no. If I'm forced to quit my job, I can't support Sally.
You're right. My sister is always a showy, spendthrift person. She would spend money for herself without a second thought. That part of her still hasn't changed.
I see. Sally likes luxury brand goods. She's been using the credit card for endless shopping. She has a mountain of bills to pay. I can't imagine losing my job at a time like this.
But she's the woman you chose, isn't she?
Huh?
You changed your mind because my sister is beautiful and stunning. Unlike me, she's more attractive, right?
That's...
You told me that clearly. That you were attracted to my sister because she is beautiful, stylish, has good taste, and is always sparkling.
That's for sure. But I didn't expect her to spend money so wildly. No matter how much money I make, she spends it like it's going out of fashion. So I can't afford to lose my job now.
Well, why don't you tell your uncle about that?
What?
That your wife has a habit of spending money, and you're having a hard time paying the bills. You can't afford to lose your job, so you don't want him to fire you. Maybe he'll give you some consideration.
Are you kidding me? There's no way I can say that. He's already giving me the cold shoulder.
That's what you deserve, right? You abandoned me in my last month of pregnancy. You didn't even know the face of the baby I was carrying. You were just enjoying yourself with my sister. You should take responsibility for what you did. It's not right to ask me for help.
You're getting along well with my uncle, aren't you? I don't think he'll listen to anything I have to say right now. That's why I want you to convince him.
I won't do that, because I have no intention of helping you. And more to the point, I don't want to help my sister either.
Don't be so cold and help us, please.
You're so persistent. Where do you think I am right now?
Huh? Not at home?
No, I'm not. I'm at the hospital for my child's vaccination. And I bumped into your uncle again today. He's with me right now.
What?
He's been watching this whole conversation from my side.
No kidding. Fred, what a despicable guy you are. My heart is reeling to think that someone like you is in my company. As of today, I'm firing you. Please, let me explain, sir. My private life has nothing to do with my work. I'm going to keep working hard, so please don't fire me. I don't want to hear your lame excuse anymore. You left Rosie and her cute child. You cheated with her sister and remarried. I will never forgive you. You're not to be involved in my company anymore. That's all. Sir, please wait. I don't bring my private life into work, so...
That's what your uncle wanted to tell you. I'm sorry that it's what you got, even though you've gone through all the trouble to get in touch with me after 6 months. I'll block your number after this. Don't ever appear in front of me and my child again.
Rosie, please help me. We were a married couple.
It's in the past. I want nothing to do with you. Well, goodbye. After that, my ex-husband was fired from his job because of his uncle's anger. His uncle is an old-fashioned stubborn man, but he has a very strong sense of justice. Because of his character, he could not forgive what my ex-husband did. My ex-husband, who was fired from his job, is desperately looking for a job. He was turned down by all of his competitors because of his uncle's influence. Now, he is still looking for a job and working part-time at night to make ends meet. I don't know how much longer he can live like that. My sister has been isolated from her parents and relatives due to my divorce. She receives no support from my relatives. Even so, my sister is living as she pleases. I am speechless with her attitude. I wonder if she will ever change. Anyway, I am glad that I got rid of those people. I am doing my best to raise my children with the help of my parents. I'm planning to start working in a few months. To my surprise, my ex-husband's uncle has offered me a job as an office clerk. He will continue to be a good advisor to me as the CEO of my office.
Jessica, could you pick me up at the station? Jessica, hurry up and reply.
I'm sorry, Lucy. I can't pick you up because I can't move right now.
Huh? You're at home, aren't you?
Yes, I'm at home, but I have an important meeting.
What meeting? It's just for fun or something, isn't it? I don't care about that. Just pick me up at the station.
No, it's important because it's about work. It's a final meeting for my work starting next week, so I can't miss it.
Work? You don't have a job.
Lucy, I have repeatedly told you that I do have a job.
Stop lying. You're just doing your nerd activities with John's good income.
Well, I guess I am a nerd. Anyway, I can't pick you up right now. Please come home by yourself.
You know what will happen if you do that? If you can't do what I say, I'll have you leave my house. You talk back to me too much, even though you're my daughter-in-law. In some cases, I'll even consider divorcing you.
Lucy, the meeting is about to start. This conversation is over.
Hey, Jessica!
John, I just arrived safely.
Oh, I see. Thank goodness.
We're going to have a short meeting now, and then it's time to start shooting. I'm getting excited because it's a very good location and a very good situation.
That's great. You should go there with a lot of excitement.
Of course. I think I really like the camera. I enjoy not only the camera itself, but also meeting people, looking at scenery, and many things through the camera.
Yes, I get it. It's a long story when you start talking. I don't want to be late for the meeting, so I'll listen to your story when I get home.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But that's my John. You know me so well.
I'm your husband, so of course I know you well.
I'm kind of embarrassed when you say it like that. That being said, I wonder if your mother is okay.
My mother? What do you mean?
I've explained to her about this shooting, but I feel like she doesn't understand.
Oh my, she never listens. It happens all the time. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about that, Jessica. Go work as hard as you can.
Thanks, John. Well then, I'm going to the meeting.
Take care. Hey, Jessica. Where are you? You're such a useless wife, not being here when I need you. That's why you are a useless wife.
Lucy, what is it?
Where are you already? I have an appointment with a friend now, so I need you to drive me there. What? You're so clumsy.
I thought I told you, Lucy.
Tell me what?
I'm abroad, but I'm only here for 24 hours and I'll be back soon.
What? Abroad? What are you doing? Traveling without me and John? That's quite the status, huh?
No, I'm not traveling.
Then why are you abroad?
Work?
Work? You're not working. What kind of nonsense are you talking about?
I've been telling you. I work as a freelance photographer. I work on my computer at home after shooting, so I'm home most of the time, but I'm not playing around.
That's your hobby, right?
What?
You only make John work for your extravagant hobby, relying on John's income and having fun by yourself?
It's not a hobby, it's a job.
How much are you spending for a camera that looks like a toy? I know you buy all sorts of options.
I buy what I need for my work, not what I can't afford.
You even went abroad? What do you think you're doing with the money John earned?
Excuse me? I didn't pay a single penny for this abroad photo shooting because it was paid for by the client.
How dare you tell such a blatant lie? I'm telling John.
What? John knows about it, so it's totally fine.
John is too kind to tell you the truth, not to play around with his money. You can't just trample on his kindness by going abroad. It's unforgivable. You disrespected John. You are a useless bum wife.
Useless bum wife is such a harsh word. Lucy, I take my job seriously. I don't depend only on John's income.
You are really brazen. Why did John get a wife like you? I feel sorry for him. And you used to be so timid and quiet just a little while ago. Now you're all cocky. Oh my goodness.
I don't mean to be cocky, but is that how you hear me?
You're always nagging at me. If you disobey me, I'll have you divorced.
Divorce? John and I have no intention of divorcing.
What? Then you should listen to me more honestly.
Lucy, you entered my room while I was away, didn't you?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You went into my workroom without telling me, didn't you? Please give me back my camera. It's my work tool. It contains the data from a recent trip abroad.
What data? You went abroad without John and me. You don't even have a job. You're so cocky. You're not even doing your job. You're just being cheeky.
What do you mean by cheeky? I'm doing my job.
You think you're a photographer? You've got it all wrong, don't you?
I'm telling you, I'm a photographer.
Are you still saying that? You haven't learned your lesson at all. I can't give you back your camera.
I need my camera. I can't work without it.
That's not why I took it.
What?
You disrespect me and John by faking it as work, don't you? Meetings, filming, that's a problem.
Lucy, I really need my camera because the deadline of the submission is getting close. Please give me back my camera.
If you have time to play with the camera, learn some housework. I'll have you do some hard work. If you disobey me, I'll have you divorce John.
Lucy, I really need my camera back. John, can we talk?
Jessica, what's wrong?
When I came back home, your mother stole my camera.
What?
I haven't copied all the data from the other day, so I can't do my job.
My mother has the camera?
She said she took it herself, so I'm pretty sure.
Then we can't go ahead with editing the brochure, can we?
No, we can't. I'm in trouble.
Can you make it in time?
I don't know until I try. In the meantime, we need to get the camera back.
I know. Mom's always doing something crazy. It really gets me. And I can't forgive her for making trouble for your business. She's always being hard on you. You went through the trouble of letting her move in with us because you understood how lonely my mom was. I feel so bad for you. I'm really sorry.
Don't apologize to me, John. It's not your fault. Thank you.
About what?
I'm glad that you care about me. Thank you for taking care of me.
Of course I take care of you. We're a couple. We have to help each other from now on like we have been doing.
I know.
I've had enough of her. You can leave, Jessica. I'll take care of the camera.
What? What do you mean?
Shall we meet at the hotel?
What?
I'll go there with the camera. You don't have to put up with a wife-threatening mother-in-law in the house. It'll affect your work too.
But leaving home? Are you sure you want me to do that? She's your mother, you know.
I think it's the worst kind of mother to be hard on you. So I'd like to leave my mother's home too. Can you leave right now?
Maybe it's difficult since she's in the living room.
I see. Okay, I'll call her and ask her to do some shopping.
She's going to tell me to do that shopping.
If you tell her that I want you to buy something for her without her knowing, she'll be happy to let you go. In the meantime, Jessica, you're going to leave the house.
But I'm scared.
Don't worry, trust me. Anyway, call me when you get to the station. I'll tell you where to go from there, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Jessica? Jessica, where are you? You didn't even prepare the meal. If you abandon a wife's work and went out, I'll have you divorced.
What? I'm already divorced.
Huh?
Lucy, haven't you heard anything?
What?
I discussed it with John. Because you strongly desire a divorce, we decided that we should get divorced. I also filed the divorce papers this evening.
Oh, really? What? Really? I didn't know anything about that. I feel so refreshed. So, you're divorced.
I was so useless and I caused you a lot of trouble. I'm so sorry.
You're right. You finally understand, don't you? John finally understood that I was right. It was worth it.
It was an emergency meeting. We only took out what we could carry for now. I'll come back later to pick up the other stuff.
Oh, is that so? Then do it when I'm not here. I don't want to see you anymore. I'll send you a message on WhatsApp about the schedule.
Okay. Well then, Lucy, we may never see each other again, but please take care.
John, good morning. Did you go out for a walk? Are you nervous? Of course you are. You're going on a blind date with the right woman. Mom, I don't do blind dates. What? What do you mean? What is wrong all of a sudden? The woman's family will be here as planned. I can't go on an arranged marriage. Why not? Because I got remarried. What? Remarried? Did you have a woman you wanted to marry? If that's the case, why didn't you tell me earlier? Well, if you have someone you want to marry, that's fine. I'll say no to the other woman myself. And what kind of woman is she? The one I love most in the whole world. I thought I'd regret for the rest of my life not marrying her. Oh, you have someone you care about that much? Why did you hide it from me until now? I'm happy as long as you're happy. But, Mom, you're going to bully her again, aren't you? Bully her? What do you mean? You think I don't know anything? About what? You used to bully Jessica a lot when I wasn't around, didn't you? You're gonna do the same thing the next time I get married, aren't you? Stop saying weird things. Something's not right today, John. I'm getting so fed up with your insanity. John, what are you talking about? I would never be a wife beater. What's wrong? All of a sudden, I don't want you to interfere with my marriage life. I want to live happily ever after. Of course. I'm trying so hard to make you happy. So what's the matter? I remarried Jessica. Huh? You divorced Jessica. You always said terrible things to Jessica, didn't you? That's not true. Liar. You told Jessica she's a useless bum wife, didn't you? I know all about it. How did you? But she's the kind of person who goes abroad with the money you worked so hard for. She was always playing around at home, right? She's nothing more than a bum. I told you, Jessica is a photographer. She travels with a camera as a hobby, right? It's not a hobby. She is a professional photographer. The other day, she went abroad for a photo shoot for a wedding venue's brochure. A wedding venue brochure? A bride in wedding dress and a groom in tuxedo, in the best possible situation. What? You can do that as a hobby? I told you, it's her job. Jessica is a popular photographer, so she earns more than my salary per shoot. Really? More than you? There's even an idol who fell in love with Jessica's skills. She's scheduled to be photographed next. Oh, really? I'm working as an intermediary for that. I met Jessica on a photo shoot. She's a woman of great values, and I fell in love with her at first sight. That's why we got married. I didn't know that. Mom, how many times have I told you? It was you who didn't listen. Jessica makes more money than I do. How dare you call her a bum? I'd be so proud of her too if she were such a successful photographer. I can brag about it to my neighbors and friends. How could you brag about her, Mom? I divorced Jessica. But you got remarried, right? Then we can be in the same relationship again. It's too late. Why? Because I got permission from Jessica's parents to use her last name from now on. What? John? Why did you do that? You are my only son. I did it to get rid of you. What? Why? You can think about the reason yourself, Mom. I don't want to do anything to hurt Jessica any more than I already have. Bye. John, wait. Jessica, please pick up the phone. What are you doing here so early in the morning? What am I doing here? I need to talk to you. Where are you now? I don't have to tell you that, do I? Why not? I'm a stranger to you now. I don't have to tell you where I am. You're as cocky as ever. What the hell is this? Isn't it too cowardly of you to let John take your last name? I didn't suggest it. John himself asked me to do that. I can't live without him either, so I let him do so. Huh? My parents have also given me permission. John is my only son. I will be all alone. Why are you doing this to me? John said he didn't like his selfish mother since he was little. Huh? But after his father passed away, he said it was a mistake to think you would be lonely. It was a mistake. When John found out how you were snubbing me as a wife, he began to think about breaking off the relationship with you. That's a lie. There's no way John would break off the relationship with me. I'm sure John was very worried about it. To break off the relationship himself with his own mother is a big deal, isn't it? But he chose to do it. Please think about his feelings. I don't know. I don't want to understand. John is my son no matter how old he gets. Breaking off the relationship is impossible. All this happened because of you. Jessica, tell me where he is right now. I can't do that because you will barge in. John insisted me never to tell you. No, I don't believe you. I can't believe John took your last name. Give me back my son. John is a grown man now. He's a nice man, kind and calm. You should be happy to send him off on his own. You think it's someone else's problem? You want me to send him off to you? There's no way I can do that. Don't be ridiculous. You're not going to understand anything I say to you. I'm sorry. Jessica? I am no longer related to you, and we will never meet again. I will also block your account once and for all. Wait a minute, Jessica. You have to help me. You're leaving me all alone? You're the one who did that. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, forgive me. Come back home with John.
It's too late for everything. Well then, goodbye. After that, Lucy, who didn't know where we were, stormed into John's workplace. But she was stopped at the entrance by a guard who knew what was going on. She was kicked out without seeing John. When she found out that John was the one who had kicked her out, she was shocked. Her shoulders slumped, and she left as if it was like the end of the world. I think she is now spending her days alone in that house. After we left home, we stayed at my parents' house for a while. Now we have a new house nearby where we live together as a couple. From now on, I would like to build a happy family where no one disturbs us and we can laugh every single day.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!